Everyone, how's it going? Our live stream. It's been like 3 weeks in a row now, hasn't it? I do like doing these streams more often, not gonna lie, but it's all down to when they release the new units, really. So, interesting units today. I know it's not a collab or anything that we just had, but there's some interesting things in this update. Guild battle starting. There isn't much to show on it yet because it's just the entering right now, and then it starts in like a day or something, so that's interesting. Guild feature could be pretty fun, in my opinion. Could have some good teams you could build, some good strategies with that. Anyways, let's get into the unit first. Now, I personally like support type units and mages in general, and what I've really been thinking lately is I don't want these basic DPS units that we've been getting, just basic physical DPS units, because we've gotten those for a while now. And I know with Bradley it was a bit different because I've personally thought that Bradley was just incredibly strong, and he is for sure. Definitely above average physical DPS that's worth getting, but there was a lot of physical DPS units before him that were kind of good, and the power creep of DPS keeps improving. It's just that there hasn't been any support units or mage units being released recently, and I told myself that I wasn't going to get these just basic physical DPS units because I really want these support units slash mage units. This type of unit right here, we'll have a look at her right now. She looks pretty interesting to me. She is, I'm going to say she's mostly just a support unit. She does have some damage, but I probably think her damage is going to be terrible for DPS wise damage, but I don't know how she's going to perform in like arena and stuff like that for damage itself and not DPS damage. Maybe there could be some use there, but I think the main use she will have for sure is obviously a support unit, and the fact that I believe she has Goddess Kiss, I think, and since she has some damage, she can get good MP from those normal attacks from Goddess Kiss, so I think that's the main thing, because units like Spirit Maiden Theria can't benefit from Goddess Kiss MP, so once she runs out of MP, you're kind of done there. So I think this unit for sure is going to be one of the better ones, better options for spamming. Skills like Glass Record for SCT is going to be very good, and I like those units quite a bit, just put on a bunch of MP. So she's a good type, which helps for arena most of the time, because mostly the arena units have Human Slayer and human type units usually, but God type's nice. There's probably going to be a lot of God type units, I'm assuming, in the future, because most Prefect of God units should be a God type, I would expect. So stats look pretty good. Defense I wish could have been higher, but it's still above 1,000, so nice stats. It's just weird. This type of unit is just weird to me because she has a sword, and I just feel like that's a joke to me. Like, she's supposed to be a support unit mostly, and she's got a sword, and it's kind of a joke right now where you can pretty much have any unit you want and they're gonna have a sword. Just take a sword out of their pocket just because why not? It's possible. That's basically what this unit makes me think of. Not a stun, very useful to have that. She's not weak to any elements, so that's a great thing to see. Minus 10 to dark, outshoot resistances are pretty nice. Nothing really else to say about that because they're kind of basic now. These skills are where it gets more interesting. So, skill 1's kind of basic. It's a medium area long range light combo attack. Yeah, it's not going to do much, but if she could maybe reach some damage potential, then there's a chance that she could spam her skill 1 for long range, but I really doubt that because I just think she's going to be a support unit, and I don't expect her damage to be high at all. I didn't even expect this unit to have any damage at all, so the fact that she has at least some damage is interesting to me, and this is the first type of unit that we got like this. in the game. It's just a combination of a lot of different units. So skill 1's kind of basic. I'm just glad it's long range though, so if it was a close range attack that would be quite frustrating really, because she's support units just try and stay behind and not get hit at all and just buff everyone and heal. Usually that's what they're for. Skill 2 gets more interesting. I like this skill 2 for sure. Through the power of Earth probably just means the skill is technically counted as an Earth attribute skill. Doesn't really matter too much. Give all allies a physical damage taken minus 35% buff. That's very good. I would assume it's not really a unique icon, but the fact that it's a buff on a skill, I love those type of skills because most units in the game just have basic skills that just do an attack for damage and nothing else. I like more interesting units like this that have some kind of buff or debuff on their skills because that just makes them more useful as a unit. We don't have enough of those in this game, so I would like to have more of those. Remove 1 strength/defense int a mind debuff as well. Yeah, removing 1 debuff on all allies and giving them a physical damage taken minus 35% buff. That's very good. I'm hoping her skill stocks for these skills are somewhat decent, because if it's only 1 skill stock, then it's not going to be great. I would probably accept 2 or 3 for a S2 because that makes sense to me. Sounds pretty good to me, because let's say you're using Gas Record to give SET to everyone else in the team, you could then, obviously you're benefiting from that too because you're also getting SET, and then you can use your skills too for removing debuffs and making sure everyone takes less physical damage. That for sure could be good in Arena 2, so there's another option. Skill 3, wide area long range light combo attack around the target. Interesting, but it also restores HP and boosts HP cap by 3000 for all allies. This is great, for sure, because giving everyone a HP boost, HP cap boost, and restoring HP, and it's an attack, it's interesting. I would, in my opinion, I would just ignore the fact that it does damage. Just think of it as it restores HP and gives everyone a HP cap boost buff. I would probably use it like that most of the time, but I would like to see it. I would want to test their damage anyways, just for the sake of it, but I don't have any expectations for that. But still, these buffs by themselves are already very useful and already makes her an amazing unit just from those skills alone, even without looking at everything else. So I'm happy with that. Special is so many words that I can barely read this from here because they're so tiny, which is very funny because once we get to the traits, I think it's even more words than that. It's quite funny. So revive all incapacitated allies, and for all allies very greatly restore HP and remove all basic stats ailments and debuffs. This is very good because again we don't have many units that do this. We've only really got Sarah and Spirit Maiden Theria that I know of that does this type of special, and if you pair this with a Great War Ruin at Arc skill level 10, you can use this twice at any time and remove stats ailments and debuffs and revive everyone. It's very good for sure, and in hard content she is most likely going to be one of the best support options in the game, and I'm sure most are aware. Spirit Maiden Theria has been around for years at this point, and she's still probably the best unit in the game, at least the best support unit in the game for making everyone survive. It's surprising because we haven't had another unit that's on the same level as her. Arguably we've got Sarah, but she's not the same because she helps for buffing everyone's damage and not as much for making everyone survive. I still don't know the best way to pronounce her name. Mauna, I'm not going to bother because everyone's going to complain about me saying it wrong, so when I don't know, I just refuse to say it. Anyways, these skills are good to me. Skill 1 could have been something better than this, but maybe she'll have some okay damage. I don't know. I'll have to try it out later. I don't expect too much. if you want, you could make her into a DPS or a mage or a support. She's got many options. She could be anything you want. Almost everything, just as long as it makes sense. Let's go to traits. So many words, but it's fine. These traits are great. Haven't read them though. When all allies are alive, damage taken minus 25%. That is amazing, because this is going to benefit Arena as well. Now, this is a slight problem for me, because I'm thinking tank teams could be a huge problem, and they will, for sure, with this unit. She's gonna make tank teams take even less damage, and all she has to do is be in the team and everyone has to be alive. Obviously if someone dies, then that's not going to take effect, but if you're running a tank team, most of them are going to be alive anyway, so this is great and definitely useful for Arena, but you just got to make sure that everyone's alive for that. HP recovery from units' active skills 40%, HP recovery cap 3000. HP recovery cap makes sense and is definitely going to be useful. It's not super important because most HP on units aren't really that high anyways, but it's still going to be helpful because there are some units that can reach some quite high HP, so units like Mauna that has a lot of HP ups and everyone is a machine type, that scenario type of thing where he's going to have a lot of HP, or if you just use any unit with a lot of HP ups. If you're using a DPS unit, they usually don't have much HP, so one heal is basically going to be enough to heal them back to full HP in most cases. So that's a good thing because it's future proof for a unit like this. It's great. Battle start, give all allies damage taken minus 20% buff. Oh god, this is I don't agree with this, okay, because I see problems for Arena and Guilds battles, and I like it, but it's just a bit good, because you got the minus 25% damage taken, which is all damage, and then you've also got this minus 20% damage taken buff, and that is minus 45% damage taken. It's crazy. That's very good. I like that a lot, but also that's just worrying to me because I hate tank teams because I like clearing things fast, and this might enforce tank teams a bit more, and I'm worried about that because yeah, it just waste time, and I don't know. It's good for hard content in PvE content, but PvP, it could be a problem, maybe. Every 30 seconds you re-give this buff. Wow, there you go. Just for free you get this buff every 30 seconds. I love it. It's great. Boost light and skill and light magic damage cap based on number of times unit has used active skills to heal allies. So here's the interesting thing, is she boosts her damage cap for skills and magic when she uses healing skills or magic, and resets each wave, so you have to use it 20 times to get 80% damage and 12,000 damage cap. It's okay, but it's just like it's difficult to reach 20 cast or at reaching healing 20 times unless it counts. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. If it counts one for each unit, right? Let's say you're using, I don't know if there's a healing magic that exists that heals lower amount but multiple times, so that will proc it even more. Let's say you use a Stardust heal, right? And it heals all allies 1. I don't know if that will count 4 times because you're healing everyone in the team once. Probably. Yeah. It says heal allies with cut HP to max HP. So yeah, if you heal allies and they're already at max health, then it's not going to count as one of these for this boost. So if you're just using her as a support, this doesn't matter at all. You can just ignore it and just use her as a support, which is what I would probably do in most cases. But if you want more damage, then you can do this if you want, but I probably wouldn't really worry about it. But I can see a good case scenario, like you're up against some kind of future boss that has a stupid amount of health, and you're healing everyone a lot, and she manages to reach this boost, and then she can do some good damage as well. So I can see that use for sure, but in most cases it's not going to really help you much, so I'm not going to worry about that. Battlestart give revive effect. That's good for sure, because revive effect guarantees she's going to have one revive, and revives are useful for sure. And it has no time limit. Kind of reminds me of the accessory from Great War of Ruin for sure, which obviously won't stack because I'm pretty sure you can only have one of those buff active at the time as a revive buff. Boost skill and magic attack damage proportional to the distance from enemy, so yeah, it's basically like Megalodon, be further away, boost your damage. Robe equipped like physical damage cap 8,000 and magic damage cap 5,000. It's just strange to me because it could be one of those scenarios where she's good at everything and she's amazing, or just bad at everything, you know? Is those two options, or she's good as a support and she has damage potential, but it's just terrible that there's no point using it. It might be one of those scenarios, I don't know, but it's going to be interesting anyway. So I like this so far. Let's get into the skills. There's a lot of stuff. Anima. All enemies defense minus 15%. Like it. Quite a bit. That's good. Special damage dealt minus 30%. This is actually amazing against bosses that do special damage, because I'm pretty sure there's probably a lot of bosses that do special damage that has those animations that do a lot of damage. They probably count as specials, so this helps. I do like it. God heal, Stardust heal, cure all high resurrection, yeah, kind of basic support skills in Magic Castle 2. Now we've got 2 unique magic skills, which is cool. I like seeing that. Powerful wide area light attack uses enemy defense to determine damage. This is interesting because it's not like it uses mind or defense depending on what's lower. It always uses defense, so it's kind of like a physical magic, and it's a bit weird, but I can see, yeah, it could be useful, I guess. Very situational again, but her damage cap's probably going to be very terrible for this to be good, but you can increase that if you want. But yeah, don't expect too much from these. I think, yeah, they both cost the same. I think Astral Layer, I saw it in the video, this skill right here looked pretty good to me. It looks pretty fast, and I kind of like this one. This one was a bit slower, but it's a wide area. They both cost the same, so probably for DPS you want to use this one, but just think of this unit as a support unit, and don't be disappointed by damage, because she's not really supposed to be used for a damage dealer, even though she's got arcane ups, critical ups, brute slayer and beast geyser. This is a weird unit. I'm confused about this unit, but okay, fine, sure, why not? A special boost, yeah. I personally would have liked if she was just a support and doesn't have any damage, but I can see the damage being useful for, you know, normal attacks and getting Goddess Kiss MP. That's the only real use I can see. And magic, yeah. Because personally, I think for sure definitely the best thing to do is, if you've got Glass Record, just put that on her, and then use your highest DPS unit in the team and give them a lot of SCT with Glass Record, and that's even better than just trying to use her for a mage or something. Probably. I have no idea if she can use dual wield and has good physical damage. That would be funny if that was the case, but I really don't think so. Auto Aura, Recast, Heal, like it. Auto Heal's great. Moonlight, like Mega Boost, Mega Drive is weird. I'm not used to seeing these two skills on the same unit. It's a weird combination of skills for sure. Like Attack Raise 2 and 3 makes sense. Holy Enhance, sure, why not? Recovery Magic Power helps. Goddess Kiss, there it is. It's very good. So, since she's a light unit, ideally, whatever weapon you're using, either a staff or a sword, most likely. Sword probably for damage, staff would be for a support. It would most likely need to be light attribute if you want the MP from this, so make sure you have a light weapon if you want to care about this at all. And then high level magic chant helps. I'm wondering how fast you can cast the last record, because casting it very fast is just even more fast SCT for everyone on the team, so that's good. Thaumaturgy ring, sure, why not? I don't really get it, but beast repellent, sure. Favored sword, I'm just confused on these skills, but okay, fine. Rogue Mega Boost, why not? Reinforce, yeah. Prefect of God, yeah. As I said before with Mia, I said, since this is called Prefect of God, I bet it's going to be on all of the other Prefect of God units, and so far it looks like that's the case, because this unit also has the skill. Anti-type damage cap to non-god type enemies when taking attacks with anti-god type effect. Minus 4% damage. Love it for the less damage taken. I think for this unit I'm just going to use the support. I'll try damage, but HP recovery from active skills 30%, HP recovery cap 4000 for the ally with the lowest remaining health. I like it. I think she's definitely going to have some strong healing, but is this necessary? No, it's not. You don't need it, but for the future, yes, maybe, potentially, could be something you need, but right now, there isn't really any content that requires this amount of healing, you know, and if you've got Spirit Maiden Theria, then she's not really required, you don't need her, but if you're one of those rare people that doesn't have Spirit Maiden Theria, then I would recommend to at least get one support unit like this, or Sarah, or one of those, because you kind of need at least one of them, ideally. When only one weapon is equipped, physical damage cap 10,000, why not? HP recovery cap from active skills, there's too much HP recovery cap, she doesn't need more. She's already got enough HP recovery cap. We're starting to reach like 20,000 recovery cap, and we don't need that. What unit in this game has 20,000 health? Not many, like hardly any units. Just ridiculous, really. Then the final skill, more casting speed, transfer magic to deal criticals. Sure, why not? More healing. Casting speed, I love it though. Casting speed is amazing. Gonna help for Goddess. Gonna help for Last Record. Or the alternative, which I don't use, but I don't know what to think, because this is weird to me, and I'm sure it's weird to a bunch of other people too, but if she was a full support, a lot of these skills could have been changed for more supportive skills, and she could have been incredibly strong and probably better than Spirit Maiden Theria for support, but it's understandable. They're trying to make a unique unit, and yes, she's unique, but some wasted potential with the damage. Like, if you just remove the damage, make her full support, because she's going to be a support anyway, and her damage is terrible. Unless she does have good damage, but the only good thing, like I said before, is the Goddess Kiss. That's really the only thing that's good about the damage, so good skills. It's strange. I'm gonna have to try her out, hopefully. Well, I do plan to get her, but she looks good to me. Artwork, yes, but skills mostly is what I'm looking at. If I were to compare her to the best support units, I mean, it's not really that difficult because we don't have many. We've only really got her, Sarah, and Spirit Mage and Theria as support units properly, so I can't say if she's better than Spirit Mage and Theria. Reason why Theria is good is because she gives everyone a shield, which nullifies flinch. That's why she's so good still, and she decreases everyone damage taken and does a lot of that stuff, so that's why she's still so good, mostly the shield, I think. This unit, this Prefect of God unit, I think for sure is definitely going to be up there, but I'm not going to compare the two. I'm just going to say they're different units, in a way, and this unit has something that Theria doesn't, and that is a little bit of damage and a sword, because why not? I'm a support unit, and I'm going to have a sword because I feel like it. It's a massive sword right next to me. This is a weird unit for sure. It's rare that we get something like this, but that's why I'm more excited about this unit personally, because these types of units are very good and also interesting to try out. So the arc, I haven't really looked at this at all, because it's just an SSR arc. I don't really care about the SSR arcs anymore because they are just in the permanent pool of units and arcs, so I just don't pull for them specifically anymore because there's no point. You could just get them randomly when you're trying to pull something that you want, and yeah, if we get it, we get it. If not, I don't care, really. Let's have a look anyways. The trait, I think this trait is probably good, just from looking at it already. Light skill and magic damage 20%. It's okay, 20% not that much though for a trait. We've seen a lot higher. HP recovery from units' active skills 30%. If you need that, then sure, why not, but I'm sure we've got enough feeling that we don't actually need that. It's not something we need at all. When taking a combo attack, cut damage as hit count increases. Maximum damage taken 50% at 50 hits is nice, but not amazing because it's kind of situational, because you could just get hit once and die, you know, and this doesn't really help because it starts off as 0 at 1 hit or something, so it's a bonus. This trait, nothing really crazy. I don't really care too much about this because I like the more interesting stuff. So, I feel like the older SSR arcs have more interesting things than the newer ones they're releasing. It's like they're really cutting back and they're trying to balance the game with skills that are too strong, and that makes sense to some extent. Let's have a look at skills. I haven't really looked at these. Magic defense up, armor silence resist is an interesting one. This could be useful potentially. Stun resist, wisdom protection, and then we get onto a new skill. If only one other ally also has this skill equipped, then physical damage taken minus 10%. Good. Actually, I would want to use that in arena potentially, because for SC for minus 10% physical damage taken, that's very good. I would like to have it on my Jian for sure, even though it technically costs 8 FC because you're equipping it twice, but it's 4 SC on the unit, and both of your units are going to get minus 10% physical damage taken, so I would like to have this for that, but obviously, like I said, I'm not going to pull for it specifically, and it's not really a massive deal because it's not a game changer or anything, so it's just a bonus if you want less damage taken, and yes, for a tank team, you would want it, but don't, because tank teams are a pain, and I don't like them, so they just waste people's time, and I'm a bit worried about tank teams right now, because of this unit and this arc having this one skill, and previous skills that we've had, and the guild versus guild as well could be a problem with tanks, and we'll see what happens. Then we got fast, high magic barrier. I think this is the first time we're seeing this on an arc 2, so that could be good, potentially, against any enemy or in arena that does magic damage, but we have Mia for magic damage, so it's not like this is required, but for units that don't really tank magic damage that much, you could put this on if you want, but up to you. They're okay skills, the trait is okay, it's nothing really exciting, and this robe, HP recovery from units active skills plus 20% and magic damage 10%, It's okay. I think it's okay. It's not terrible. It's something I could potentially use, but again, none of this is stuff that really excites me because they're kind of just little bonuses that I could use for sure, but I don't really need at all because I can live without it. It's not really something that I would worry about missing out on, and it's a permanent arc anyway, so yeah, it's okay. If we get this today before the unit, I'm going to be really disappointed, but if we get both, then I'll be somewhat happy. It depends how it goes, but yeah. Obviously, since this is a DOH banner, and it has an SSR arc in, the only reason you're going to be pulling on this banner is for the unit, obviously. And it lasts 27 more days and 18 hours, so you got some time to wait if you're considering this, but I'm just going to say it right now, even before any testing or anything. She's going to be a good unit no matter what, and it's rare that we get support units like this, so for most people I'd at least recommend to pull at least a little bit because she's support and she's a rare unit that we get nowadays, so she's definitely going to be one of those units that are going to be strong for an incredibly long time like Spirit Maiden Theria, but maybe not as good, or maybe not as the same unit, but she's good for sure. That's all I can say about that. And yeah, that's the only banner up right now, but in 2 weeks there's going to be 4th anniversary, so I recommend personally to maybe do a few pulls. If you're a light spender, then do the daily one right here every day, and then if you feel like it, do this lap 1, and then just hope you get her and wait for the anniversary unit just in case. And we're most likely going to get more crystals on anniversary, then you can make the decision of if you want to pull on the anniversary banners and unit or this unit. I'm probably going to say this unit in my opinion so far, but I have no idea what they're going to release, so I can't say. I just want to make sure people are being smart with their crystals, otherwise you're going to start hating the game. Like, I hate games that I get unlucky, and that's why I try and mitigate that as much as possible, so just be careful on that. Let's go to the trading space. There is a new event which is the Sun Vessel Island, so gotta love that because there's a lot of materials that we can get from that. But after the collab event we had recently, I don't really need materials right now because I've got enough materials. First, let's look at the paid equipment and then anything else on here. It's quite strange. She's got a sword, paid weapon, and I don't know how I feel about this. Kind of, you know, my brain still can't process why this even exists. A support unit with a sword. It's just like they're memeing on us, really. Let's have a look. Light attribute, sword, strength and intelligence. Yeah, makes sense. Boosts physical damage based on intelligence. Okay, fine. That is going to be pretty strong. When only one weapon is equipped, obviously, light attack damage, 10% damage cap, 2000. Here's the thing, is her damage cap is low anyway, so yeah, she needs a lot more help than just this. And it's not one of those scenarios where I can say this is going to help her reach her maximum potential. You don't really need this at all. Obviously for damage you could use this, but you don't really need it at all, unless you care about more damage cap and more damage for a light sword. But we've got other options, and you don't really need this because she's mostly a support unit, and this is only really if you need damage, and if you're not using her for a damage dealer, then this is useless for you. So that's what I'm going to say about that. But the robe, this could be good for sure. Gives MP defense and mind good stats. More MP always helps. Continuous Matisse effect, love it. Damage taken minus 20% is all damage all the time just from having this robe equipped. That is amazing. Minus 20% damage taken just from this robe already makes it amazing. And you also get 20% casting speed for everything. Very good for sure. I like this a lot. Casting speed is going to help if you want to use magic, and I would say this robe's worth getting for a support unit, for a support version of this unit, because I still refuse to say her name, but I would definitely want to get this robe because it would mean she would take less damage. That's the main reason. Casting speed could potentially help too, but if I was going for the best supporting build for this unit, I would want to get this robe, and I would highly consider this robe if you care about getting these paid equipments. If you're considering paid equipments, definitely get the robe because she's going to be a support long term. Her damage is going to be very, very short term or not even any term at all because it might not even be relevant, which probably is not, but I would highly recommend this robe. But again, you don't need it, it's just something that would help a bit. Like, minus 20% damage taken is actually quite significant, as well as the Matisse effect is not as significant, but it kind of helps a little bit. Casting speed, she probably doesn't need the casting speed, but that would help for casting magic if you really want it. But yeah, that's kind of what I think, and I'll tell you what my plan is, and what I would probably recommend if you plan to do the same as me is, I'm going to pull for the unit obviously, and pull for enough to get this robe, and if we get the unit before, or if we get the unit very early, then I'm just going to pull for this robe and then stop, and not get anything else. But obviously if we get unlucky, then I'm probably just going to get everything, but if we do get lucky, then I want this robe, and then we'll stop after that. That's the plan, in the ideal world, that we get incredibly lucky and get the unit early, and that's what I would do. But obviously it's not possible for everyone, so it's up to you really. But yeah, very good robe, I would recommend that a lot, but again, it's not needed, you don't need it, it's not game breaking or anything, I just like it, and for a support unit, helps quite a bit, not gonna lie. Anything else really to mention? Well, not really anything else in the trading space too much. There's the event trading space with this light sword that is weird, but you could use if you want, and a prism you might as well get, because why not, and God Relic Prism Shards, you make sure to get those all the time, because make sure to stack up on those, just in case there's a unit you really want to get more SE on. So, not really much else to say about this trading space event, but the event itself is very good because it's a Sun Vessel event, so make sure to farm that if you need the materials. At least stock up on a solid amount of materials to last a while. That's what I do. And then we still got the rest trading space for the collab events, and Hero Medal trading space, haven't done any summons, only the daily single, and that's really it. So nothing else really to mention, and I think that's everything with the unit itself mostly. The shop, there is one pack for free, they always do that for units, and we got this gacha, just log in daily, get these tickets. It's a pretty good banner for free, not gonna lie, because you can get Sarah, Granadus, those two, Anadel, and Lenius. These four, they're on rate up, I believe, yeah, and they are all very good still, especially Sarah. Granadus, very good tank for arena and just a tank itself, and Adele is still pretty good. Melee, good ailment unit, but I use her Saintly shift version because she's a better support. She's a good support for damage caps, but melee as a DPS is kind of outdated at this point, but for an ailment unit, she's still great. So if you get any of these rate up from these tickets, just be happy about it if you don't already have them, and that's going to be in 2 weeks, so just make sure to log in daily and do everything. I always log in daily, and it's not that difficult. In my opinion, this isn't one of those games that requires a lot of time investment, as long as you're not farming. If you're just doing daily stuff, it doesn't take very long. So we got a new guild update thing, guild battle. I'm not really going to show anything on this because it's not starting yet. but if you're in an active enough guild, you can join this guild battle, and I think it could be pretty interesting. There's some potential there, but also some worries that I have with some teams could be too strong, and it could be annoying, could be a bigger time investment, but I'm not too worried about it because it's new content. So when it releases, when it starts the actual battle phase, I'll be quite happy about it, but I don't know how it's going to be long term. So that's all I really have to say about that. And yeah, there's nothing else really, because most things are going to happen in 2 weeks, which is the 4th anniversary, which is usually quite exciting. So let's start the summons right now, because we need to get this unit. That's the goal for today, is to get this unit and at least try her out somewhat, but it's kind of difficult to test out a support unit. So what I'm going to be doing is obviously getting her, and then how I'm going to try her out is I will try out her as a support unit, just check her out for that, and also try out her damage as well, but I don't have any expectations for damage, so I think this is going to be one of those weirder streams that isn't really going to be any high damage happening, but there could be something, I don't know. Let's just start this, because I hope we get the unit, and we get lucky with the unit, and just get the robe, paid robe, and then we leave, and that would be amazing if that could happen. I would love that, because I don't want to waste more crystals. Okay, this is a skip. Let's hope we get no dupes, just new stuff that isn't an arc. And the best case scenario would be we get 25 credentials and the unit in those 25 credentials, and then we wouldn't have to spend any more crystals than that, would we? But that doesn't happen often, does it? I've been more lucky with units recently than arcs, so I'm hoping the luck continues and we get the unit and don't get the arc. But I have a feeling the game's going to be a troll and do the opposite. This is a skip, because Theria with the blue by herself is just always a no from me. See, yeah, even with Theria showing up, it's not a good sign. I've even had it before where nobody's shown up and I got a red. It was quite strange, even though it was a dupe, it was weird. Come on, let's start seeing some reds, and let it be the unit, and then we can leave, and this will be a very short stream, but it would be fun for me at least. A 3 again, but the golds and 2 people showing up is a maybe, but I don't have hopes yet, because there's no guarantee ever at all. So if there's 1 or 0 animations, it's probably going to stay at the gold, and I'm going to be sad, but actually I'm not going to be sad, because that's my expectation, is it's not going to go red, so my expectations are low. There you go, there's something, but it's not new. There's only 1. Well, there's no golds here. There's an arc, which we don't want to see arcs at all. We just want the unit, which is probably not going to happen, is it? Well, let's just hope. Here's a free temple, and then everything after that is more expensive, so, yeah. If we get the unit in this temple, or the next temple, I'll be happy, and that will be the best case scenario, but it looks like that's going to be a no, because it's a blue and there's nobody showing up, so there's no reds at all. But maybe the next one. That free temple doesn't really give much, because there's no credentials. I believe we're at like, I think the lap 1 usually gives 11 credentials, so ideally we get the unit now, but obviously won't happen. I think I'm gonna do this temple, and I believe we should be at 21 credentials by then, and then I can probably spare a few free crystals in case we get the unit from luck. I'm just gonna watch this one because we haven't been lucky with the animations, so I at least want to see something, but there's nothing. I don't like going through these summons too fast because it just feels like it's terrible to me. Well, this isn't great so far, and I know we haven't done that many yet, but best case scenario would have gotten it, but we didn't, so let's do a 10 pull with 3 crystals because we can, and get the unit now. That's the plan. Unit as soon as possible, that's all I'm looking for. I don't ask for anything more than Prefect of God units. Gold is a blue, damn it. Well, at least there's 3 people, which gives some hope, but not enough hope for me. Unless there's an RNGesus in here somewhere, but nah. Animations 1 is not enough. There is a red. It's 1. Why are you going to get 1? Nope. I told you. I always do this. I'm not skipping. If it's a blue, I'm skipping. It's a gold. Well, it's gonna be a gold, I can tell you that. I've already lost hope from ever started these summons. These summons do too much to my brain. It's gonna be a gold. There's a red. Can you just be the unit so I can leave, please? There's a 1. Why is there 1 red? I want more than 1. Oh, man. I should probably use more paid crystals now. I think so. This one looks good, but I'm not getting trolled again. This is gold. Red. I bet there's only 1. Yup. Another rock. We have not gotten a single unit at all, which is very bad for me personally, but I would have liked to save some free crystals because recently I have been stocking up on free crystals. I've been trying to build those free crystals up again, but the game keeps making me spend them, and it's not good. We're at 21. Ideally I wanted to do 4 singles then be done, but I don't think it's gonna happen, is it? We're 62 and have, yeah, I'm just worried about my free crystal situation, because if there's something that I want to pity, then that's like a limited arc or something like that, then it would be a problem. Let's do a 10 pull with 3 crystals, then do the singles until we get a red or 2, and then probably just go with paid crystals from there, I guess, because I don't want to rely on luck too much, because if you do that, you can end up spending all your crystals. There's nothing in here, I predict, unless there's enough animations. If there's 3, there has to be a red. Right? You're a liar. The game's lying. Well, let's do these. Technically, if I wanted the unit as cheap as the least amount of crystals as possible, then you would do this and do singles only, but obviously that takes too long, so geez, really? Are you joking? The first single was a red, but it was a dupe, and I'm not going to waste too many free crystals, okay? I'm going to limit how many free crystals I spend and then go to the step catcher and just finish it off, because I don't want to waste crystals, and it looks like I'm doing that, but I'm not, trust me. The unit is going to appear on the screen in 1 minute 32 seconds, and if I'm right, then I predict the future and I'm that amazing. But if not, then I was lying the entire time. So, I feel like we've been here a few times. The past few streams, we've been in the same situation multiple times, and it's not a good thing, because it's testing my sanity, and how much patience I have for this, and it's not enough, but it's enough to get what I want, at least, eventually. I'm gonna keep going until I feel like that I've started to lose hope, and I'm just gonna say screw it and go for paid crystals. I like watching animations, because I'm sure that makes it more exciting for people, but I'm not gonna waste time either, so most of them are gonna be skips. I'm only gonna watch it if it's a Theria, unless, you know, we should probably do paid crystals now. I think I'm gonna do that. And one more red. One red. Right, unit now. It's gonna be now. We're not getting anything at all, are we? No. Today is one of those days that's gonna require pity, isn't it? Maybe. I hope not. We get the unit now. Right now. No. Is there another blue? Well, I'm gonna do temple and paid step gacha now, because I don't like doing this. I just want to get the unit. I don't want anything else. Really, trust me. I don't want to spend more than this for crystals, man. Because I don't want to spend anything. This one's going to give at least one red in it, guaranteed, 100%. Boom, there's a gold. There is by itself though, so if there's going to be a red, it's going to be 1. If there's not, it's going to be 0, so the more you know. With 0. It's going to strike. Usually I take that as meaning it's going to go to a red. Strike meaning go up. I haven't gotten the extra animation at the end for ages. And it's also another arc. I've lost hope. Yeah. One of those days again, isn't it? Yeah. I'm gonna skip this temple because there's nothing in here. And yeah. Unit. New. It's an arc. For God's sake. This isn't even on rate up. Jesus Christ. I don't want that at all. I'm gonna ignore that happens. I'm gonna ignore it. And keep going until we get the unit. And we're probably have to pity, but it is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. Man. It's dumb, but I'm hoping I can at least save 30k paid crystals. If not, then I'll be sad. This one, no comment. We have yet to get a temple that's had more than one red on it. Nope. Yeah, we're gonna hit pity today, and I'm gonna have no pain and just get it over with, because otherwise it's gonna be too painful. So, I don't have enough free crystals to use, really, to risk my luck on this. So it's either I do step gacha and save the free crystals, or waste even more crystals and hope to get lucky and, you know, keep wasting crystals. Let's get this robe. We want the robe. And then, do I want this? Probably not, but we'll see what happens. Because... what's the plan? Well, I know what I should do, but I don't want to do it. We're gonna do... Okay, I'm gonna save 40k. And we're gonna do 2 temples. for 3 crystals, and then the rest gonna save. So yeah, well, the luck is gone. It happens to all of us, and trust me, when you've seen me be lucky before, it was just luck. Blue skip, yep, no reds at all. The game doesn't like me using 3 crystals, that's what it is. That's what it is. I don't know. Game's gonna troll me. Yeah, it does, but come on. There's 2, but dupes dupe 1, and number 2. Yep, I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm not spending more 3 crystals because it's wasting them. I'd rather save them and get the guarantee. Relying on luck is what you should not do, and I don't like relying on that. So let's go and get it. I'm only not gonna skip if it looks promising, like this one. If it looks bad, just gonna ignore it, okay? And pretend in my head that it doesn't exist. Like, that scenario is the worst scenario that I've ever seen in my life. Screw this. I'm just gonna get the unit, and I don't want to do these summons anymore. I really don't. The less of a spender you are, the more painful it is to do these. You see? Nope. Yep. I'm not using any more 3 crystals. We're just gonna go with this step catcher until we get it. And I know we're gonna pity, but I can't do anything else because if I was in control of this game, I would have gotten it already. You know? But yeah. I'm gonna get the unit in this temple. Never mind, it's gonna be the Ark. Nope, it's gonna be 0. Wow. So many golds. It's funny, but also not funny. Nobody's laughing here. Maybe RNGesus is having some fun, but I'm not at all, ever, in this gacha. Theria better give me... I'll tell you something, as I've gotten 0 rate up things so far, and that is below average, so we should have gotten something by now. That tells you that it's stupid, and if we get the unit right now, I'm not going to be happy. Because I'm not. I'm not happy. Well, my streak continues of no pity required. How fun. Well, well, I didn't like that, as you could tell, but, well, it was something. At least we got eventually, but it's not really a win, is it? It's not. It doesn't count. The game is really joking. It thinks it's funny, but it's really not. It's just not at all. Okay, so let's go to the trading space and get the stuff we need. And fine, you convinced me. There's no reason not to, is there? Yep, well, okay. This is weird, but we're gonna be getting the Ark right now, because literally there's zero reason not to. 8 singles can give me an Ark, and there's no reason not to, right? No, definitely not. These are going to be the free crystals. We do 8 single summons. I'm just going to skip them, and if you give me the Ark, 1 summon away, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave, and I'm going to press the end stream button if you do that to me. Okay. I don't expect anything, and I don't need anything. This is number 6. 7. It's worth it. Oh, no it's not. You're a fucking idiot. The game is stupid. It's rigged. It's the worst game I've ever played. What the hell is this? I don't like this. I don't like this. I really don't. Because look, like, it's the stupidest shit in the history of gaming. It's literally, you can't be more perfect than this crap that I've had to go through in my life. Like, how can you be more perfect? You could not. This is, like, I can't even speak. Because it's dumb. And should just burn and die in a fire that's... I want to leave this existence right now, but... well... here's the thing is... the 300 crystals for a unit ticket is worth it. So... let's just pretend that we didn't pull the Ark right there. We did not. You're lying. It did not happen. We are pitching it right now, we're getting the Ark now. We are trading for it because we don't currently have one. As you can see, there's nothing in our inventory that's new. No Arks. I can't see anything. You see something? Nope. I don't. There's nothing there, there's just this one. Nothing else exists. I'm gonna ignore everything else because it doesn't happen, it's not here. Don't see it. It doesn't exist. It's true. And then we're gonna trade for this Ark right now that we don't have. Here you go. We're getting the Ark. It's right down here. Boom, we got it. Wow, look how good it is. There you go, we're done. We've got both of them now. Great. So that's done. We don't have to touch that crap anymore, so we can leave and never come back for another 2 weeks, and hopefully in 2 weeks we can at least somewhat regain some sanity that we lost today, but you know, at least I'm still here, right? And the suffering is still, I don't know, well, good news is, there's no good news. The good news is we don't have to get much more paid crystals to get an next guarantee unit, so we will not be pitying a UR I refuse to pity a UR okay? Not happening. And if the unit for anniversary is good enough, then I will get the unit, and then we're saving, because starting from whenever, we're not going to pity everything this game from now on, because I don't want to. But the funny thing is that even though we spent so much crystals, we technically didn't pity. And the fact that that actually happened is what I can't explain at all. Let's just move on, because I hate everything that happened. So, unit. Wow. Unit. Let's, how do we level? I don't really want to use a rainbow potion on you just yet, because I would rather take the time to level you up properly. I want Lady Lilahar to be a unit right now. On the same power as Logzaeus, but even more powerful. It's gonna be a tier 11 unit, first in the game that's ever existed. She's gonna have no clothes on, because the less clothes you have, the more powerful you are. And she's gonna be the first 6 enhanced unit in the game. And a million damage cap. Lady Lilahar's power's limitless. There's no limit, you're a liar. There is a limit. The limit is what the game developers have limited, you know. You're clearly stupid. I don't think I'm ever gonna be happy for the rest of the stream, you know. I don't think it's gonna happen, because I just can't. I really can't. Let's just level this garbage up, because I hate it. I now hate this arc. Don't like it, because it's literally the worst thing in my world right now. I don't like it. We're gonna have to do this showcase in a second. Let's do that. Good news is that we get to use Resonance Barrier for tank units and support units that would like to get abused. I'm waiting for the day they release a female tank unit that's all about taking abuse, and don't ask me where I got that idea from, I just think that it makes sense. Some kind of psycho female unit that likes taking damage, likes punishment, you know. Oh, well, let's forget that for now, and let's just level up. Let's level her up, because we have the training stage on right now, and maybe we can have some fun with this unit somehow. I don't know how, because there's literally not that much damage it's going to be able to be outputted, so how am I even going to beat this stage if I got no damage units in this team? Oh, how did I not think of that? I should have just saved my free crystals and none of this would have happened at all. How do we kill him with nothing? Well, if I came in here more prepared, I would have, you know, not been stupid. And what an arc. Like I want to use, I just need to use. We're just doing this to level up, because I don't want to use a rainbow potion, because I want to save them, just in case. I know I'm doing this literally the worst way possible, but at this point, whatever. My ears. They should get some good levels for now. I should have thought about this a bit more, shouldn't I? Probably. Because I could have used like a gold potion or something first instead of doing this, because I have this. It's a bit late for that, but at this point, do I even have enough for a... Screw this, I'm just gonna use it now. How many can we get to? 91. Okay, well, probably one of those scenarios which we can't even showcase a unit, can we? Couldn't it be more unplanned and more unprofessional than this, couldn't it? Well... What? This is the way I'm supposed to do this. Easy. See, what I really want to do, right, is just not get everything in this game anymore, because there's actually no reason to. I just want to be more of a person that only gets the things that I really want and not. But the problem with that is I kind of really want everything, and when I tell myself I don't want this unit, I get them anyway. Like with Melza, I said, oh, I don't want to get this unit because I want to save crystals, but no, I went for her anyway. At least this is one of the scenarios where this unit is worth getting no matter what, so it's not that terrible. And I guess it's fine. The pity for a unit is 250. We got to 200. Technically we got somewhat lucky in a sense, but no, not really. Well, haven't got a Tesla yet. I probably should have used a rainbow potion because I don't think I can get it to level 100 right now, but it's fine. It's not like we really need 5th Enhance right now because the damage showcase is going to be non-existent, so... Well, here's the thing is, I always just like getting the stuff that is fun, and is going to benefit the account, which is pretty much everything. And the only reason I've pulled for like these limited arcs and such is because I know they are valuable. Like these ones, this is valuable. Yeah, they're good stuff. It's just like don't need it, but it helps. And I even told myself that I'm not going to be doing this forever, because there's going to be a point where I don't really want to keep getting everything in this game, because no point. Let's just see. Yeah, we can get to 94. Might as well, right? Let's not do that yet. Let's just learn skills first. Never mind. Okay, well, I'm going to take this opportunity to switch over to Steam because it's better. And close emulator because I don't need that anymore. And boom. I think the main problem is the UR arcs, really. I have a strong... It's pretty much guaranteed that the anniversary is going to release a UR arc with some unit that we don't know yet. So I'm worried that it's going to be something very good that I kind of want or need for something, and if that's the case, then I'm going to be missing out, because right now I don't even have enough crystals to pity it, so I'm not pitying the next UR arc, or I'm just not going to pity any UR arc in the future, because it's a waste. Not always, really, actually. They're strong, they're worth it, it's just not for a game. I've been playing a lot of other games recently, you know, and I should just be more chill with everything, really. I still enjoy this, though. I think we probably will get a guarantee UR arc select ticket, but not for the new one. The new one's not going to be included in the guarantee. Actually, they released the guaranteed UR banner for 9,600 paid crystals. They do that, so there's a chance we could get it from there. But if we don't, then we don't, and we die. I die in my brain, because it's either I get it there or I don't at all. And we've had luck on pretty much every anniversary, but I always say this, but I feel like this is going to be the one that we don't get lucky, but who knows? We got 2 weeks, and then we'll see what happens. I don't know what to expect, so I don't expect anything, I just wait and see. And I think in the meantime, I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna have fun with the guild versus guild event thing and see how that is, and play other games. If you try hard on one game, you end up beating it, or you just end up getting tired of it or something, and just try to play more stuff. Goddess Kiss gonna be great. Can't wait for that. It's gonna be really good. At least I'm happy with what we did get, which is the paid equipment, and the unit and the prism's gonna be quite useful for sure, because she's gonna be a unit that I'm gonna want to use long term, and everyone's gonna want to use long term as well, because she's gonna be that good. She's definitely gonna rate higher on the tier list just because she's a support. As a DPS, no. But let's try it, because I want to try it. I wonder if she works with dual wield. Probably not. Ever. This is a bad idea. It's like trying to turn Theria into a DPS. Don't bother. It's a waste of time to try to do that, because it's just for fun at that point, and it's not actually viable. It's not... You could do anything in this game if you want. You could turn any unit into a mage or a physical DPS if you want, just because you feel like it. Sometimes it's fun. I think my plan for this unit is to build her as a support mostly, and any damage is going to be a bonus just for Goddess Kiss. Okay, and that's really it. So, what do we do now is the plan, because I don't know what we do. Let's look at equipment. Obviously, paid, she can equip a sword and a staff, which makes sense. Let's just put paid on and look at the alternatives. So she's got this sword, which is actually pretty good for damage, but look at this for a support build. This does nothing for a support build. So usually we have support staffs. We have this one is what I would use on a support unit for sure, because give everyone a buff at the start of the battle. I like it. I use that in arena and stuff too, because it's just useful. And then anything else is just, there's not really much else. I know there's the event staff and stuff like this, but again, it doesn't really matter too much, does it? Not really. And then obviously we've got the swords, which is stupid, but you could do this if you want. We got the paid sword and Zelvius blade is good. Any light weapon would be good for a Goddess Kiss, so I highly recommend a light weapon. Obviously you could put this on, but what's the point? Unless you're building it as a physical DPS for like arena, but why do that? You're dumb. Unless it works. I'm interested in trying that for the sake of trying, but I already know it's not going to work at all. Actually, what about this? When only one weapon equipped is one a sword, gives skill attacks an anti-human type effect. Boom, there you go. That could be good on her, but I still have high doubts that she's not going to do damage, but who knows, maybe she's like a Shift Lagrabos. Probably not. Let's look at the rest of the equipment. Obviously I'll put on her paid for the moment, and then look at alternatives. Yeah, her paid's definitely the best option, no question about that. Ideally you want a robe, I think. If you want more magic damage you can put that on, but yeah, well, maybe this one. There isn't really anything else, is there? Well, MP regeneration. There's also this one. There isn't really much else, is there? No. This one. Yeah, this one's good, really. You could put this on. Why not? That's I'll favorite that one. That's probably the best one. And this one, 15% MP. Why not? That could be good, potentially, maybe. And if you want clothes, then even less options for that. Physical damage taken could be good, but yeah, there isn't really anything else. I'm gonna stick with this for now, obviously, but there are other options, and it really depends on the build you're going for. If you're going for a DPS build for physical damage, like a crazy person, then obviously go for the normal physical damage stuff, and going for a mage, then go for more magic damage stuff, and light attack damage if you're going for a hybrid of those, or if you're just going for a support, then you don't need damage at all, so you can just ignore that, but it's interesting. Casting speed, don't think you need casting speed. If you're a mage, if you're using magic damage, then you probably might need casting speed. I'm mostly going to go for a support build. You don't need this because she's already got a revive effect on her trait too. I like this, but it's from an arc that not many people have, so I won't really mention that. This could be good if you're using light magic. And any support accessory that you've got, like, I like this quite a bit, so I'm going to put that on. At the moment, I'm just going to go for a support build, and that's actually quite good. I'm going to go for that one too. Light damage, recovery magic power is pretty perfect. It reminds me of Roland's now. Okay, well, MP. Seems good to me. We're not going to be able to build it properly, but let's just do a base showcase with the equipment I've got. Stats are looking like, yeah, pretty bad, but I didn't expect much, really. Let's have a look. Age unknown, great. Prefect of God, May 24th. Perfectionist, okay. Well, I never really read those. Let's use her right now. In just a normal stage we do, because why not? And prepare to be disappointed with damage. I will be. Actually, I won't, because I have no expectations, so can't be disappointed. This is going to be probably one of the worst DPS you've seen, but surprise me. You won't. We're just going to test. I should have put on something for SCT, I really should have, because I don't have anything for that right now. Fine. I'm going to go back in with... Let me just show off the magic first, and then we'll go with Council of 10 next. So, Photon Circle. Casting speed's pretty fast. I don't really like that. What the hell is this? It's just an attack around the unit. Astral Layer, go. I think this one's better. 21 hits, launches them as yeah. How fast can you spam it? Ha 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 ha. Well, damage is terrible, but I told you not to expect anything. That's not fair, come on. Why is her skill 1 just Logzaeus skill 3, but a weak version of Logzaeus skill 3? Like, Jesus Christ. That's Logzaeus skill 3. No more attacks. Fine. Logzaeus skill 3, go. I'm gonna call it like that now. Skill 3 is a interesting one. That one's a buff. Nice tree. And then I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just looking at the skills, really. It's not terrible. But, obviously, since I'm looking for damage, Look at the MP from normal attacks though, 43. This is base skills, so she's getting MP back. That's really useful. We're gonna get a special back. A special up. This is a really weak Logzeus skill 3, just funny to me. Special go. This isn't really gonna do anything, she's gonna buff. So, you can't really notice any difference. She's all about trees. Doesn't do damage. It heals for a lot. Like, it's too much. I don't know. Well, let's leave this for a moment and come back with Council of 10 and just see skill stocks and stuff. But obviously, damage is supposed to be low, okay? It's just not a DPS unit, and she's not even 5th enhanced yet because I'm stupid and I can't talk. I'm stupid and I can't level her up properly because I don't have enough potions, and I should have used Rainbow Potion to get to level 100, so yeah. That. It's going to be one of those streams that is difficult to showcase properly. But if I did spend the time and level up and learn the skills, that could be good. But let's put on Council 10 just for the CS skill stocks, because it could be good. It's kind of difficult to showcase her as a support, but what I'm quite interested in trying is obviously as a long-range physical damage unit, and also a mage. But I don't think that's going to work, because why use her as a long-range physical damage light DPS unit when you can just use Mia? Right? Makes no sense. Well, I mean, the difference is she's a support. Let's have a look at skill stocks. Base skill stocks are 5, 2, and 2. Not bad. Skill 1 skill stock doesn't really matter. Skill 2 and 3 matters quite a bit. If you want, it might be a good idea, potentially, to put on Purple Orb and skill stock 2 for a support build. If you've got any way of generating that SCT, maybe. Go Logzeus S3. It's still funny. Her S3 range, decent. I mean, yeah, this. It knocks them back, which I guess is useful. And then I can use this and yeah, it just goes around her. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's not good. But this one's good. Astral Layer's good. Just use Astral Layer. I wonder if this could be magic damage. Anyway, what should I do? I could test some damage, but is that even gonna work? Probably not. I could try, fine. I'll try. Let's have some fun with this and see if a support unit can actually do damage. I really don't think so. Let's try her out with a physical damage build for now. Well, obviously no build, just base damage. But with Sarah and X-Bet, and this should be good enough, right? And this is just a test. That's it. It's gonna do terrible, but I just want to see, because it's funny, and maybe there's some damage here. So let's do... Yep. My bet is it's gonna do hardly anything. Use a skill 3. Yep, you see? Wait, what damage cap is that? 60... What, where are you getting those numbers from? 62? 62? 62. 62? How? Oh right, she's got the single wield skill and those damage cap boost, and it's still bad. It's still bad. But it's not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. It's weird. It's funny. But obviously it's not viable. Yeah, she got favoured sword. That's why, and all the damage cap from those units. Makes sense. Now let's try mage. This will be more difficult for sure to test. That will work. I don't know if I need you, because I feel like her buff is just for physical, right? Well, it says anti. To try. That should be fine. This isn't gonna do much. It's gonna be even less. Wish I could build her fully and everything, and actually try properly as like an arena damage dealer or something, but I don't think it's gonna work at all. Don't bother trying. I'm going to. Maybe. Oh, great. Well, this time Sarah got the damage cap boost slayer thing, I think, because Mauna is just not enough stats yet. It's funny. Well, this is gonna be terrible. Let's do this and one of these. It's gonna do no damage at all. It's not even hitting slayers. 30k? Yeah, that's bad. That's bad, but not the worst thing we've ever seen. 24, 30... Yeah, it's not good, it's bad, it's terrible. But... obviously that can increase and... Nah, that's not... Yeah, my theory was pretty much correct in the fact that she's not going to be a DPS at all, don't bother. But... I'm just thinking... like... does she have enough damage? If I were to check... does her skills 1 and 3 and her magic attacks have enough damage to actually be usable in places like Arena for a DPS? Answer is probably a big no, but yeah, she's just a support, and she does have this heal allies and get more damage cap and damage. Take less damage, boost damage cap by not a lot. Yes, well, okay, right, I'm just checking. Okay, magic damage, physical damage. Yeah, the problem is she doesn't really have many damage increases, so if I'm going by that alone, then yeah, she's not going to do any damage. So she is just a support unit, but we need those units. Support units are amazing, and she's going to be great. Now, let's have a look at Theria just to compare as a support unit buffer to keep everyone alive. Just look at the differences. This just, skill 1 is not really much, just pushes enemies. Her skill 2 is good though. All allies take minus 27% damage and heal status ailment and gain +1 resistance to it. That one's good for sure. Skill 3 is just a moderate heal, HP cap, revive, great recover, physical damage taken minus 50% is great. Obviously she's got, yeah, she's at 4th enhanced, so she's not actually maximum potential yet, but the difference is she physical damage taken minus 30% buff, so that's actually higher. Great. It worries me, but yeah, that's actually higher on a skill 2, and it removes debuffs, but instead of ailments, it's debuffs. Makes sense. And then this one is more useful because it's an attack, and restores HP, and increases everyone's HP cap, so that's more useful. I'm just looking at the skills mostly at the moment. The special, revive is the same, restoring HP is the same, remove base status elements and debuffs is different, but what Theria does differently is she does damage taken minus 50% is what she does differently, so she's better for that, for a special. Yeah, what's good with her traits, Faint Nil, amazing, 20% less damage from numerous enemy types is pretty good. Healing cap, yeah, her barrier is what makes her good for that. Obviously I still think Theria is probably going to be the best one, but Moana's going to be close, or at least better for a healer in general. Maybe she'll be better for everyone taking less damage, potentially. I think Theria's main use is her barrier. Oh, yeah, okay. So, at least from looking at the traits and skills, Moana has better skills. Skill 2 on Theria's actually pretty great though. Arguably better. Theria's traits are kind of outdated, but her trait 2 giving a barrier is why she's so great, because the barrier does nullify flinching. And getting Faint Nil is pretty useful on Theria, but what Moana does better is more damage mitigation, so this physical damage taken buff is higher, even though it's only physical damage, but it is higher. This one gives HP cap, so that's better. Her trait 1, definitely better. Obviously her trait's going to be better because it's updated to the level of power we've got right now. So, when all allies are alive, less damage taken, HP recovery cap, HP recovery, and damage taken buff. Yeah. So, I think, just from looking at this, she looks like the best unit for allowing your team to take less damage. So, what I'm a tiny bit worried about is people using Moana and Theria in the same team in Arena. Yeah, could be a problem. Could be. But we'll see. I'm going to try and build her as soon as possible because I can see the potential, and I just need more potions and levels, XP stuff. And yeah, I didn't really compare skills, but obviously Theria more supportive skills. If I just go to skill cost, and you can see more supportive skills, and yeah, this might be something that, yeah, well, actually, okay, I understand. So basically, yeah, I definitely think Moana's getting pretty close to Theria in my opinion, or better. Don't quote me on that, but she's definitely amazing. because of the damage mitigation she gives to the whole team, and increases HP cap and stuff like that, and the supportive skills, and the fact that she can do damage. It's pretty amazing. So, oh yeah, also what Theria does have is the wall effects. I didn't see those. Yeah, all. There we go. Actually, let's just go to magic. I don't have her equipped, right? I'm just an idiot. She has all of these, so yes, all of these: Stone Wall 2, Ice Wall 2, Flame Wall 2, these are all great. So technically she could be better than for a buffer, which she is. But just for being on the team, Moana's better. Just for being on the team alone, doing nothing, just being there, just existing, she's better for that, you know. Yeah, because obviously most people might compare those two units. I can't really compare her to Sarah, because Sarah is more of a damage supporter unit and a healer, not the same as Theria and Moana, but this unit is more similar to Theria than Sarah, so yeah, compare those if you want, but Moana's definitely up there for sure. I can't say if one's better than the other one, but yes, she's better at certain things, like she's better at healing, and better at allowing everyone to take less damage just by being in the team and not doing anything, but as a buffer, supporter, Theria's probably better for that specifically, but you could build Moana for that, and maybe she could be amazing for that, who knows, like, put on Glass Record, she's going to have a lot of MP and things like that, and I think that's it. Like, the stream wasn't very long because most of it was suffering from summers, but I definitely like this unit for sure, and I want to use her right now, and I'm worried about Arena a little bit, because I wonder, has anyone even started using her in Arena yet? Probably not, because she only just came out recently. Yeah, I doubt anyone's gonna use her yet because they need time to build her properly. So yeah, she can't really fit in my team right now anyway, but if you want a full tank team, you put Moana, Theria in the same team with Granados and Murren or something like that. Maybe that could be annoying for sure. Don't do it, please don't. This somewhat makes me happier, but not really, about my crystal situation. Okay, well, I think there isn't really much else to cover right now, because right now it's just waiting for the guild battle, and the unit there isn't much to show off the unit, is there? Because she's mostly support base unit, and support units, I tried her damage, but damage quite terrible, because it's a support unit, the main thing. Yeah, so I don't think anything else really. I'm still saving these. I'm just going to ignore what happened here, because I hate this. This didn't happen. And I guess my final thoughts about this so far. This unit, definitely one of the better units in the game currently, because we don't get many support units released in this game, and that already makes her a valuable unit. And even if she wasn't a good support, being a support makes the unit last a lot longer and become valuable. So the fact that she does actually have good supporting capabilities and can allow everyone to take less damage is amazing, and she has the ability to do a little bit of damage, but I don't recommend it at all. I'm going to be trying probably a build for like physical damage and magic damage, but she's not really going to do much damage, so what I think her damage is for Goddess Kiss. So she's going to be a lot easier for a SCT battery unit, so if you put on Glass Record, she can get the MP back from normal attacks because she's got Goddess Kiss, and if you put a light weapon on her, it's going to be great, so I can see that being good for sure. But apart from that, nothing really notable about the damage. It's just the supporting capabilities, and that's really it. It's not really exciting, but she's going to be a unit that's going to be a long-term unit, so for that case, pretty much everyone that gets her is going to benefit, and if you're struggling in Maze, she's going to be another support unit that's going to help you out a lot, for sure, because I know in Maze there's a lot of enemies that do a lot of damage to you, and she allows everyone to take less damage and can revive and everything like that, so she's going to be amazing for that. Guaranteed. She could be useful in, like, the guild battle that's starting soon, I don't know yet. People have to build her first. And I think that's it. I don't know how good she is as a tank. You could put on, like, a bunch of guard skills and make her into a tank slash healer slash support if you want, but yeah, it's really up to you because she has different builds she could build for, but I think her main build is support, so yeah, I think that's it from me. Didn't quite make it to a 2-hour stream, but it doesn't matter because we did everything. There isn't really too much to cover because most of it's just the event. Guild battle hasn't started yet properly, and the unit isn't really much that I can really cover for a DPS, so kind of one of those scenarios that, like when there were streams that I try to cover a tank unit, it's not really something I can do properly unless I fully build them and use them in places like Arena, which I can't really do right now. So I'm gonna chill for the next 2 weeks and farm the event, build this unit, try route in Arena and do the guild battles, and then I'll probably be back in like 2 weeks, so that will be the anniversary. And I'm on break for the next few weeks or so for Easter, and actually, when is the next update unit? That is the 13th of April. My birthday is around that time in April, so that's going to be fun. Okay. 13th of April should be anniversary. That'll be good. So yeah, I think that's it. I wish I could have showed more in this stream, but there isn't really too much to show, and my sanity is mostly gone from the summons. It's one of the worst summons I've ever seen in my life, apart from the UR summons that I've done sometimes, but this is literally probably the worst summons ever I've seen. So I'm going to go add those timestamps real soon, and I'll see you in like 2 weeks. I'll try to do some videos if I can. I don't really have any plans though, because I'm just chilling this. I don't do this as a job, I just do it because people like this, and I like doing this, so I'm quite busy at the moment. Don't have much time for this, so I'll see you in 2 weeks, hopefully. That's going to be a lot more interesting, hopefully. It's going to be a lot more catches, a lot more events and stuff, potentially, so I'll see you then.